Hey guys, it's Pictureman 1001, and now I have another movie series collection to show you. This is my Terminator movie collection. Definitely a huge Terminator fan, particularly the first two movies. Yeah, some of the other Terminator movies, not as good as the first two, obviously. But yeah, let's just take a look at what I have here. I'm not going to show any VHSs or any like the primitive DVDs that I have as oddities. So I'm just going to show what's in my main collection here. Anyway, so here's the first movie, The Terminator. This is a special edition. Now, this was originally released in 2001 in like this really interesting shiny holographic cover, but this is a less common one I've seen. This is the 2003 edition, which I like this cover better. It's the same exact disc inside, because I know they later reprinted it with this cover, but it wasn't a special edition. It was just side A of that disc. That's the one that a lot of people have probably, and that was the one that kept being reprinted in stores for years. But yeah, this is a 2001 DVD release, but this is the 2003 reprint. Also, it's so interesting, this is rated 18A. This would definitely be a 14A if it came out today. 100%. I think it used to be R, like restricted to 18 and over originally in Canada. But then, like I said, it changed to 18A, so. Much like Terminator 2 used to be 14A, then it changed to an 18A, but if it came out today, it would easily be a 14A, so. So we have an all-new digital master from a high-definition transfer. Includes a new state-of-the-art 5.1 stereo remix, brand new Other Voices documentary with new James Cameron interviews, The Terminator, a retrospective documentary, Terminated deleted scenes with James Cameron audio commentary underlay, hidden menu features, DVD-ROM script screen, original mono audio track, original Star Wars trailers, TV spots, and more. So the audio here, you got English, Dolby Digital 5.1EX, and mono. And then French, Dolby Digital 5.1EX, and Spanish, Dolby Digital 5.1EX, and also English, French, and Spanish subtitles. So it's one of these flipper discs. Kind of hate those, but yeah, what can you do? So side A, side B, whatever, yeah. And then here's this is the same insert that would have come in the 2001 copy, because it's different font, as you can see. This one's more of a big blocky font. That's what I'm more used to for the Terminator, but yeah. But this was the one on that initial release. Production notes here, you can pause and read those. That's funny. The role of the Terminator was originally going to be played by O.J. Simpson, but according to James Cameron in 1984, people wouldn't have believed a nice guy like O.J. playing the part of a ruthless killer. My God. How times have changed. I'll say that right there. Talks about the widescreen there. And you have the scene selections. Yeah, this is a good DVD, definitely. Terminator 2 Judgment Day had two major DVD releases. Right here. So we have, this is Terminator 2, T2, the Ultimate Edition DVD, released in 2000. And then the Extreme DVD, released in 2003. Both of these are the metal case versions. So these are there's a lot of DVDs that are like great double dips. Like a lot of times DVDs, they release one that like double. There's various types of double dips, like re-releases of DVDs. There's ones that are like complete upgrades, when like the original release was bare bones, and then there's the kind that are like the complete upgrades, like where you have like the DVD is bare bones or very little, and then everything, like there's lots of new stuff added to it, and it's 100% an improvement. And there's sometimes the kind that are like completely unnecessary, like the like re-releases that are just meant to promote a sequel, like the Ice Age Super Cool Edition, the Stuart Little Deluxe Edition, Jumanji Deluxe Edition. Like a lot of Sony did a lot of those, yeah. But then there's the type that are like the two DVDs are both worth having for different reasons. Like, unique bonus features, whether there's overlapping ones or not. Like, this one, there's no overlapping special features. And different transfers and everything. Different reasons to own the different editions. So, let's take a look at the two. Now, later, these were both released in cardboard cases, because I know that the T2 Ultimate Edition, my version is the one that's the metal case with the regular size case inside. Like it's the metal case version, but with 2 discs. Because initially it was a double-sided disc, but it was so thick, I think like, players had trouble reading it, so they reprinted it as a 2-disc. That's the one I have. Then later they released the 2-disc set in a bigger case underneath, with the manual there inside the case, not inside the slipcover, but in a cardboard box. Like a cardboard slipcover. Then they made the metal case for this one, and then, because it would always scratch the thing, I don't even have the thing underneath there, because it would always scratch it. I have another case with that artwork inside of it that I bought another copy with a cardboard slipcover, gave that to a friend, like sold that to a friend of mine, or, I don't know, no, it didn't sell it, I gave it to him for a birthday gift or something. Yeah, but he didn't need the cover, so he just took the slip cover and the discs, and I keep that cover separately, just to have it, so. But yeah, this is the two of them. Let's look inside. Ultimate Edition DVD. You get a basic idea of what's in there, but I'll read more about it when we get inside. So this one does have the Dolby Digital 5.1 Surround EX, DTS 5.1 ES, and Dolby Surround 2.0. And so this includes 3 different cuts of the movie. There's the theatrical version, the special edition, and the extended special edition, which you can only access if you highlight. If you're on the DVD menu, highlight the special edition option, then type in 82997 on your DVD remote, and then an option for the extended special edition will come up, and it has another extra scene during the middle of the film where I think it's the one with the T-1000 searching John Connor's room, or the room, like I think it was, I forget exactly how it is, but yeah, it's and then there's the alternate ending. So, but inside here we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day disc. They call it side one because originally it was a double-sided disc. So there's disc 1, then disc 2. This one was put out by Artisan Home Entertainment because a lot of people are probably wondering, this is a TriStar release. Why didn't Columbia TriStar Home Video release this? Well, basically, the movie itself was made by a company called Coralco Pictures. They were one of the major independent companies in filmmaking back in 80s and 90s. They produced the Rambo trilogy, Total Recall, Terminator 2, various, this is probably their biggest film ever. They later had a bunch of financial flops and then just completely shut down, but yeah. Basically what happened is that, what am I trying to say? Yeah, sorry, my brain's just going crazy here. Yeah, Coralco basically would have their movies distributed in theaters by TriStar Pictures. Because they didn't have their own theatrical distribution arm. But they had their own home video division, which was done through Live Entertainment, which was run by the dad of the Menendez brothers, that infamous true crime case. Basically, what happened though is that Coralco later, I think pretty much at the time, TriStar held on to theatrical distribution for its films. They distributed through Coralco. I'm not sure how it worked because I know that later another company did the T2 3D re-release. I would have thought it would have been Sony that did it, but it wasn't. So, but yeah, their assets were later sold off. Coralco, their assets were later sold off to Studio Canal, a French company, and so that's why Studio Canal is listed there. But basically, their home video deal with Live Entertainment, which later renamed themselves Artisan Entertainment to distance themselves from the Menendez case, still held the rights. And then Artisan was bought out by Lionsgate in late 2003, and therefore they kept releasing the DVD. And I'm pretty sure Studio Canal now, because of that relationship, has now has their home video stuff distributed by Lionsgate. I'm pretty sure that's how it works now. Lionsgate, anything, pretty much anything that's like a thing that's not like a major movie studio, like one of the big five or formerly big six, but like big five major studios or whatever, how that is. A lot of times, most of the time, if it's an independent movie, it'll be distributed most likely by Lionsgate. If it's not like a boutique independent movie, like a A24 type thing or something. That's, again, case-by-case basis, obviously, but yeah. Dear DVD fan, due to the advanced features utilized in the creation of this DVD, some players may experience minor navigational difficulties. This should not affect your enjoyment of the feature program in any way, which means this DVD is so intricate that if you have a player that's older than this disc, it might not be able to handle it completely, so don't sue us, please. For questions or comments, please write THX Digital Mastering Program, P.O. Box 3460, Burbank, California, 915808, THX.com. And then it says 82997. Now, that's the code. I'm not sure if that's printed on there, or if somebody previously on this wrote it on the card. If anyone else has this set and it has this card in it, let me know if your copy has this 82997 that looks exactly like that, because I can't tell if somebody wrote that on there just so they could remember, or if it's just sort of a thing they put on there as a little hint. Probably is the latter, but yeah. Let me know, because I sort of put it up to a light, and I couldn't tell whether, because it looks like it's the light shining the black thing makes it look more like pen marks than printed on there, so it's shining sort of gold colored, I guess, or like bronze colored, I guess. Interesting. But here's the big booklet. This is a nice part of the package. So you can pause and read this. Nice photographs in here. Wow, they finished filming this only like 3 months before they released the movie. Wow. April 4th, this is like October 1990 to April 1991 was the principal photography. The movie came out in July of 1991, so... Yeah, again, pause and read these things if you want to. I'm just keeping them on the screen for a little bit, just so I can have time to... I think it's take a long time to read. This is like it's like a pamphlet. I'm pretty sure this is the first movie with a credit from Lightstorm Entertainment. Yeah, so disc 1 is both... is the movie, basically. All the different things there. It includes an audio commentary as well, which is really nice. Extensive bios and filmographies for all the cast and crew. A DVD-ROM feature to allow viewing the film while simultaneously reading the script and looking at over 700 storyboards created for the film. Plus a THX test signal package allows the consumer to properly align both the audio and video setups, which will provide accurate playback from the home theater system. The theatrical version chapter stops there. And then the special edition chapter stops. And then disc 2, we have the features. We have the making of T2. A lot of these are from the laser. Like I think pretty much everything from the special edition Laserdisc is included here, except for the Guns N' Roses music video because of some licensing issues. I don't have the box set of the T2 Laserdisc. I just have the standard movie only edition, but that's fine. I don't need that stuff. I guess maybe you could find that thing I don't know. So yeah, because I'm happy with the T2 Laserdisc, just the regular edition. If I ever found the box set for a good price, though, of course I'd nab it. But yeah. T2 more than meets the eye. The making of T2 3D breaking the screen barrier. The T2 3D stuff that's on here was not on the Laserdisc set. MCA Universal Studios promo spot featuring T2 3D. Then we have the teaser and 2 trailers and the special edition trailer. And then here we have the T2 screenplay and 700 plus original storyboards. The script and storyboards are not only available in the Side 2 supplement for perusal, but are also on Side 1 via DVD-ROM. So you can get them, look at them on the DVD itself, or you can do the DVD-ROM. T2 3D Cinefex article, Battle Across 3 Dimensions by Estelle Shea. The Ultimate T2 DVD Supplement, practically a film school on a disc. The Ultimate T2 Supplement is an exhaustive compendium that covers every part of the filmmaking process of T2, from writing the script, research and location scouting to scheduling. casting, editing, sound, music, publicity, and dozens of other topics. In addition to including the entire screenplay and over 700 original storyboards created for the film, this multimedia blend of still photos, text frames, and video segments, some with multiple audio channels and multiple video angles, includes all the teasers and trailers created for the film, and also explains how virtually every single visual effect and makeup effect was achieved. And as a special bonus, the supplement also covers the creation of MCA Universal's T2 3D attraction. Again, that was from the Laserdisc as well, but the T2 3D stuff was not on the Laserdisc, so it also includes a DVD-ROM web link. There's the Ultimate T2 DVD supplement things there, and then it talks about restoration notes, which talks about the differences in the special edition. And then other great DVD titles from Artists and Home Entertainment, which is just everything that's available. It says, for more Arnold Schwarzenegger titles, check out The Running Man, Red Heat, and Total Recall. So let me get this back in the slipcover here. Yeah, be careful. You gotta be careful with these metal slipcovers. They're sharp. Like, you can cut yourself on those. So... now, here's the Extreme DVD. Yes, that one was released in, I think, August of 2000. This one was released in June of 2003. So it's a little bit newer. The video transfer in this one, I think, looks a lot nicer. So, Disc 1 feature, especially includes the special edition version containing 16 minutes of additional scenes never seen in theaters. It's the same versions on there, but again, better picture quality. Digitally mastered from a brand new 1080p 24SF high definition digital telecine transfer for superior video and audio quality. 16-bit, again, aspect ratio, yet. Includes English Dolby Digital 5.1 EX. And then also has a Dolby headphone audio track. I have no idea what that is or how to get it to work, so. It also includes all new audio commentary, like different from the one in there, and also an extreme interactive mode with graphic commentary and rare behind-the-scenes footage. It's like pop-up trivia facts and behind-the-scenes footage you can watch within it. THX optimizer, Spanish subtitles, closed captioning, the usual. And also, again, if you do the A2997 thing on here, you get the theatrical version you can watch. And then Disc 2 features, we have No Feet But What We Make, an all-new documentary in the role of T2 in the evolution of digital effects in modern filmmaking, featuring new interviews with prominent filmmakers and visual effects artists. T2 on the set, exclusive new retrospective montage of life on the set of the greatest action movie ever made, featuring rare production footage. And also, DVD-ROM stuff, we have T2 High Definition, the complete theatrical version of the film, Microsoft Windows Media 9 series, playable in high resolution and 5.1 sound directly from a PC. That doesn't work anymore because, of course, DVD-ROM stuff is all up in the air now, because it's like we're in a different age, and this is only meant to be temporary. But a lot of the stuff, if you have an old computer, you can get it to work. This one doesn't work, though, anymore, because they needed to know how many people were watching the version. For some reason, there was some loophole, I think, or I don't know. They had to track it online, and since you can't connect online, you can't get that anymore, so. And then you have an infiltration unit simulator in T2FX Studio. Morph your imported images into a T1000 or T800 Terminator. And then, which that does work. I've tried that. That's a lot of fun. And then Skynet Combat Chassis Designer. Construct and field test your own ultimate fighting machine. Track your progress online. The T2 3D one, or T2 High Definition feature, by the way, that's the theatrical cut. And then here's disc 1. Yeah, the original case that would have come underneath here, which I had, would have had the Alliance Atlantis things on it, because Alliance Atlantis distributed Artisan Entertainment's output in Canada at the time. Yeah, like I said, because like Artisan, this is just the same slipcover. They didn't redo that. This one doesn't have them in mind, but would have had a sticker that says manufactured by Alliance Atlantis. Like it would have had just a sticker on it. They did that with a couple of releases before. But now this one they just have this on the disc. So disc 1 and there's disc 2. Then here's the manual here. Van Lang, Extreme DVD producer. I'm pretty sure he's the one who also did the Star Wars DVDs. If I can get this to focus. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'd say that overall, the Ultimate Edition is probably the better one, but if you had the money at the time, get the Extreme version. Again, there's a lot of stuff on these DVDs that isn't on the Blu-rays. I'm pretty sure that everything from this one is on the Blu-rays. I'm not 100% sure, though, but yeah. Like, T2 has never had really a truly Ultimate Edition. Though there was an edition that was the Ultimate Edition DVD, the Extreme DVD, and the Skynet Edition Blu-ray all in a pack with, like, a endoskeleton bust. That was pretty cool. And then the special version, chapter index, and chapter index, and the theatrical version chapter index right there. And then it talks about the interactual player, the DVD-ROM things there. Yeah, see, this one's rated 14A, but later copies will have it rated 18A, so. It talks about the T2 high definition. So yeah, those are two great editions of Terminator 2. Now we get into the lesser movies, the ones that aren't as good. We have Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. This is the 2-disc widescreen edition. Like, each Terminator movie for a while had a different production company. I'll just mention for a second. This one was produced by a company called Hemdale, and originally distributed by Orion Pictures in theaters. But Hemdale Film Corporation would later, I think it was the Credit Leones Bank, or however you say that name. Well, that was one of the libraries that their Epic Productions library absorbed. Then that was absorbed by Polygram Film Entertainment, whose pre-1996 library was then bought up by Orion Pictures. Again, so basically it came back to Orion. But then Orion Pictures in 1998 was bought by MGM, so that's why MGM owns the rights now to that movie. And Terminator 2, like I said, it was originally distributed by Coralco Pictures, or produced by Coralco Pictures, originally distributed by TriStar Pictures in theaters. But Coralco Pictures, their library, was bought out by Studio Canal, who owns the film now, and yeah, so. Pretty sure because of different deals, like theatrical distribution just goes through whatever they decide. DVDs through Lionsgate, and I think television and digital distribution, I'm pretty sure, is through Paramount. Because of the deal with the Spelling Entertainment, which was absorbed by Paramount later. Like, it's all Coralco's movies are still like that. But Terminator 3 was produced by Intermedia and C2 Pictures. And I'm not sure who owns the rights to the film now. Probably Resurgence Media Group. I'm pretty sure they bought out Intermedia's library. I'm not 100% sure who owns it, but for distribution, most countries, or like US and Canada, is through Warner Brothers Pictures, and most international territories was through Columbia Pictures, except for some countries where they didn't. So I don't know exactly sure which ones were which, but for the most part, it's Warner Brothers in US and Canada that distributes it, and Columbia internationally. But like Warner Brothers isn't credited on the international Columbia releases. Columbia isn't credited on the North American Warner Brothers releases. Whatever. Yeah, it's just Intermedia and C2 Pictures are the companies that are the main producers of this film. So. And this one has English, French, and dubbed in Quebec, Dolby Digital 5.1. That one is an error there. It's Dolby Digital 5.1Q or O or something. I think it's Q. I don't know what that means. Anyways, probably typo or something. And then the subtitles English, French, and Spanish. It's got 2 commentary tracks with the stars and director. We also have the movie and trailer and the video and some video game trailers. And disc 2, we have an introduction by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go on set with the HBO First Look making of documentary. Sergeant Candy scene. Terminal Flaws gag reel. T3 Visual Effects Lab, build your own eye-popping action sequences. Skynet database of weapons and personnel dossier. Terminator timeline. Storyboards. Dress to Kill. Toys in action. The making of the video game. And also enhanced features for your DVD-ROM PC. And there's the disc 1 and disc 2. Then inside here we have the insert. Then the chapter selection there. We got this ad of some products here. We got Pumping Iron, special edition, the 25th anniversary special edition DVD. T3 merchandise. The replies. Then we have the video game on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I have the Xbox version. It's not a very good game, but whatever. And it says, get a free DVD by mail with $5.95 shipping and handling when you buy Terminator 3 and any one of these DVDs, which includes Batman and Robin, Collateral Damage, and Eraser, which are the other Arnold Schwarzenegger titles that Warner Brothers was distributing at the time. So there we go. That's but that's not it for Terminator 3. I also have a couple of high-def releases of it. That was released at the time the movie came out in 2003. I think it was October of 2003, November. I don't know exactly sure. Yeah, it was late 2003. September 2006, they put it out on HD DVD. Now, at the time, Terminator 1 and 2 were Blu-ray releases at the time because Terminator was through MGM, which was at the time originally distributed, their output was being distributed through Sony. And later, switching to 20th Century Fox, both those companies were Blu-ray, so they changed that. So that's what they had. They had Blu-ray was their high-def version. Terminator 2 in the United States and Canada was through Lionsgate, so that movie was on Blu-ray in North America. But overseas, Terminator 2 was in high-def on HD DVD due to Studio Canal distributing themselves, or the distributor Studio Canal was going with being HD DVD supporters. I know some countries like Australia, it was through Universal, they would have it, so the Australian HD DVD of T2 was through Universal, yeah. And it's interesting, because I find that, I watched a comparison of, this is another Carolco movie, but Total Recall, another Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that he did at Carolco Pictures. The US Blu-ray at the time, the later US Blu-ray was an improvement, but I found the best looking one in that comparison was the HD DVD from Germany, which was just the HD. I don't know which edition was which, but yeah, I think it was a German one. It looked amazing, actually. The colors, the later one, the one that's director approved, I found that one looked too bright. But the one that was the HD DVD, those colors are perfect. So I'll have to import that Total Recall HD DVD if I can ever find it for a good price. So I don't think I ever will. I'm fine with just having the DVD of that one. So like I said, here's Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, which, again, in North America, was Warner Brothers, so at the time it was just HD DVD until December 2007, which you'll see pretty soon. But in international territories where Columbia distributed it, it was a Blu-ray release instead. So this one has a picture-in-picture track, in-movie experience. Join director Jonathan Mostow and his creative team for a behind-the-cameras tour of state-of-the-art sci-fi action movie making, all while watching the film itself. This includes Dolby Digital Plus, English, French, and Spanish, 5.1. French stuff in Quebec, and then subtitles English, French, and Spanish. And other special features here, it's got pretty much everything from that DVD release that's a video content. It doesn't have the editing workshop or whatever. But it has all the video content, and it has an exclusive commentary not present on that DVD. I forget who's in that, but yeah, it's there were two commentaries, and then this one has an exclusive third commentary, so. And then, yeah, usually Warner Brothers HD DVDs are, have stuff from disc rot. This one actually plays the whole thing. So there's the disc there. Very nice, and then it says, again, look for over 50 HD DVD titles from Warner Home Video in 2006. So let's see, we have The Matrix, which I have on HD DVD it was released as a box set, not individually, as far as I know. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. I have that on HD DVD right here, obviously. Full Metal Jacket, The Perfect Storm. Saw that in high school. It was alright. The Shawshank Redemption, which I don't even think ever got an HD DVD release. I think, that didn't ever get an HD DVD release. The release was canceled because by the time it came out to high def, they had already switched to only Blu-ray. And then Batman Begins. I have that on HD DVD. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I have that on HD DVD. Troy and Dukes of Hazzard. Talks about the movie experience. Yeah, so that's that. Very nice. And then a release that's almost identical, but just on a different format. It's always good to have as a backup in case that one never fails on me. We have Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines on Blu-ray. Now, I'm not sure if this is the one that only has 1080i, like one of those defective first batches, because it looks like an older kind of release. And I forget when exactly they changed it, but yeah, I bought this at a Giant Tiger new, so it's probably old stock. It could be the 1080i version, so okay, they'll look fine to me. So, like, maybe I couldn't tell. Maybe I'll have to check. I'll have to put it in a check. Maybe if there's a thing on my player that'll tell me. Probably there is. Same English, French, dubbing Quebec, and Spanish, and then English, French, and Spanish. It's all the same things, but this one's actually Dolby Digital, not Dolby Digital Plus, because Blu-rays never had Dolby Digital Plus for some reason. I don't even know what the difference is between Dolby Digital and Dolby Digital Plus. Like, is there really an audible difference between the two? Or is it just I don't exactly know how it works, so yeah. But there's the... Because I know Dolby True HD is lossless, whereas Dolby Digital and Dolby Digital Plus are just the lossy compressed formats, so... Like, so there's really not really much reason for me to get these editions, except the HDD, because it's like an oddity, and it has exclusive commentary. But still, I got them, so I got 3 different editions of T3. Now, before we get into Terminator Salvation on Blu-ray, I have to mention I have this one, too. This is just the widescreen edition DVD. No reason for me to have this whatsoever, but it's because of the fact that... Basically, yeah, because of the fact that I like to collect VHSs as well, I felt unfair that, like, because Blu-ray combo packs weren't really a thing until, like, late 2009, then into 2010, that any movie I have that's, like, from early 2000, like, it's from up to 2009 in my main collection, make sure I have a DVD copy of it here as well, for, like, the main collection purposes. Don't ask me why, it's a stupid thing, it's an OCD thing, but yeah. I'm not saying I have OCD, it's just that I might, I'm undiagnosed if that's the case, but it's OCD-like tendencies that I have for that. Like, just depends, like Terminator Salvation I have on Blu-ray, a lot of these movies I have on Blu-ray. Like, if it's a combo pack, like Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs or Bolt, then I don't need to get that, I don't need to get that other ones, but, like, it's just a habit, it's just something to have. It's hard to explain. Don't judge me for it. Well, you can judge me privately all you want, just don't judge me publicly. But I'm already judging myself, so... Well, here's the real meat of the conversation. This is Terminator Salvation Director's Cut on Blu-ray. This includes, yeah, the theatrical version and the Director's Cut. This one's just the theatrical version, by the way. The DVD version. Maximum Movie Mode. Director McGee hosts a riveting probe of the world of Terminator Salvation while you watch the movie. This one was produced by a company called the Halcyon Company. I'm not sure who owns the rights to the film itself now, because the Halcyon Company is no more, and I don't know who owns their assets. But the film, I know the distribution rights, again, much like Terminator 3, Warner Brothers distributes them in US and Canada, Columbia Pictures internationally, or at least most international territories. But again, Columbia is not credited on Warner's releases, and Warner's not credited on Columbia's releases, so... We also got DTS HD Master or DTS HD English 5.1, then Dolby Digital French and Spanish 5.1, which those are only on the theatrical. I think the Director's Cut's only DTS HD 5.1. Those exclusive features via BD Live, which are internet connected. So that's obviously, I think BD Live is kind of like it's not really, but like it's sort of like the equivalent of a DVD-ROM PC feature for a Blu-ray. Same with HDI and HD DVD. Plus special features. The Moto Terminator discovered the unique collaboration between the filmmakers and Ducati, and Reforging the Future. See how the filmmakers reinvented this franchise and took it to depths never seen before. Then, yeah, so this is also the very first PG-13 entry in the Terminator franchise. The director's cut's rated R, but the theatrical version is PG-13 in the States. One of the many R-rated franchises that became PG-13 to make it more commercially viable. Fortunately, one of the disc snappers is not in there, but here's the director's cut disc. And then here's the disc for the theatrical cut. And then here's the disc for the digital copy. Now, there was a version that was just the director's cut that was a DVD plus digital copy. Like, it had all the special features from this, but it was just the director's cut movie and had the theatrical version on a digital copy. That one has that cover on it. And that's the cover for the single disc DVD. And then the director's cut is the cover for the Blu-ray. So, yeah, that's interesting how all three cover arts are present on the disc arts in here, which is nice. Here's what you will need for BD Live. Would have been nice to know 15 years ago. I didn't have I didn't have a Blu-ray player 15 years ago. I got it like 14 years ago. This Christmas will be the 14th anniversary of when I got a Blu-ray player. So, and I'm still using that Blu-ray player now out in the thing, and it still runs great. So, then we have Terminator Genesis. This one came with in a box that had an endoskull with it. The best Terminator since T2 Judgment Day? Hardly. Like, I enjoyed this when I watched it. I'll say that right now. But it's just so stupid. This movie has so much, like, John Connor as a cyborg. Like, what? Why? Like, the idea is kind of cool. But the it felt like a very studio-heavy project. Like, it didn't feel like it felt like a studio, like, again, studio commission projects can be great. I know lots of things, like, I think most superhero movies, the great superhero movies we all love, like Avengers Endgame, those are all studio commissioned projects. Just shows that heart and soul, if there's good heart and soul and good writers and things like that go into these projects, they can work out well. This one did not have that, so. And this one was produced by Paramount Pictures and Skydance Productions. And those two companies are now going to merge, so. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Merging, hopefully, Q3 2025. Trust me, it'll be a lot of changing things. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's got to go with the flow, as they say. But I bet you their animation, I bet you that Paramount Animation will either be merged into Skydance Animation or shut down or something like I don't know how that's going to work, because they have Nickelodeon Animation, which also produces some movies. Though apparently, like, Paramount Animation is the one doing, like, the movies under Nickelodeon Movies now. Like, because I know that because the Paramount Animation website says our films, including Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie, which is a co-production with Spin Master in Canada. Though contrary to popular belief, Nickelodeon Movies is not just the distributor of those. They actually do have a hand in production of those films. How else would they have been able to get big U.S. names? But and also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, along with Transformers 1, which is also a Paramount Animation production. But enough about Paramount Animation. That's just my thing. I'll talk about that in another video. So, like, this could have been a great movie, but it just wasn't. Now, it's the Blu-ray feature film plus special features, and then DVD feature film it was nearly an hour of bonus features. Nearly an hour. That's not that much. Shows how lazy they're becoming, how they're trying to get us to do a digital feature. Family dynamics, creating the film's iconic characters. Infiltration and determination, shooting on location. It's a mouthful. And then upgrades, VFX of Terminator Genesis. And then there's the Blu-ray disc. And there's the DVD. No artwork. Blech. This includes an ad for Terminator Genesis Revolution app. And the digital copy. Ultraviolet. I hate Ultraviolet. Like, I always hated that thing. When they closed down, I lost so many movies. Because I used to take home the digital codes from my aunt and uncle buy movies, and I take home the digital codes of movies I might have wanted to watch, but I didn't want to buy or rent or whatever to watch. So I just would take the codes home, and I lost so many movies on that device, on the Ultraviolet thing when they closed down. And then finally we have Terminator Dark Fate, because like Terminator Genesis was like a complete reboot. It goes back in time to before the original Terminator. Like, the show scenes in the original Terminator, but it's like a weird, it's like a timeline reset completely. Like, it's a timeline reboot. Like, it's not a franchise reboot, it's a timeline reboot. But then Terminator Dark Fate, they completely erased Terminator 3, Salvation, and Genesis, and it's a direct sequel to T2. Yet they still botched it. I'll say, like, Terminator Salvation and Genesis are both meant to, and Dark Fate were all meant to start a new trilogy of films. But now we have a trilogy of failed trilogy starters. So that's the thing. These are all meant to each start their own trilogy. Now we have a trilogy of failed trilogy starters. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, not really cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Terminator Dark Fate. James Cameron didn't come back to direct this film because he was busy working on Avatar: The Way of Water. That's the thing. He's spending the rest of his life to this Avatar thing. So, like, Avatar project. And Avatar is great, yeah, but people were saying, like, we wanted to make another Terminator, and he compromised by having him come back just to be a producer. But it's directed by Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool. This movie completely disappointed me. Like, I was so excited. My mom and I were both so excited to watch this, because Mom and I both love movies. We both love the Terminator. We both were so excited to see this. It did not live up to expectations whatsoever. That beginning scene, yeah, I think it's been 5 years since this came out. I think it's okay if I spoil it now. Where they kill off John Connor in the first 5 minutes of the movie. No, that was terrible. I was hoping to see a movie where old Arnie, old Sarah Connor, and middle-aged John Connor were all kicking ass together. That's the Terminator 2 sequel I wanted to see. But instead, we had these new characters that I found them like people might say, like, oh, I'm sexist or racist because it's like a woman of color or whatever. But, like, no, they're just uninteresting. I just didn't find them interesting. I go to a Terminator movie to see Arnold and things like that, but, like, these new characters were just totally uninteresting to me. And yeah, like, there's tons of movies. Like, if you want to make a movie about young women fighting action, like, things like that, make an original story. But I guess that doesn't please the shareholders, so, like, there's plenty of opportunities to have great stories with female and people of color and women of color and LGBT, like, all these underrepresented groups. But, like, people might call me terrible for this, but, like, don't do it in franchises that already exist. Terminator's already, like, this movie's already extremely woke with Sarah Connor being the protagonist. Like, she's badass. She's awesome. I love Sarah Connor. But yeah, the like Linda Hamilton has always proven to be a great action star. But, like, I think, but that also comes down to me sort of thinking, like, there should be more original films. Like, by telling these stories in franchises, you're taking away the opportunity to tell these stories in an original piece of work. That, to me, is what the problem is. It's not, like, to me, I'm all for women, like, underrepresented groups, like women, people of color, LGBT, and as someone who's also a part of an underrepresented group who has autism, yeah, that's people like that need more representation, but not in franchises that really just, the franchises themselves should probably just die. So, like, this movie to me further proved that we don't need another Terminator movie. Terminator 1 and 2 are the Terminator movies. I made a list. I said a guide. Guide to watching the Terminator films. Step 1, watch The Terminator, 1984. Step 2, watch Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 1991. Step 3, go outside and kick a ball or something because you're done. But this one was produced by Paramount Pictures, Skydance Media, and 20th Century Fox. Paramount distributed it in US and Canada, 20th Century Fox internationally. And so 4K is on disc 1, and then disc 2 is the Blu-ray. Special features include deleted extended scenes, in-depth behind-the-scenes featurettes, and over an hour bonus content, which they don't list on there, so I'll have to make a list of that on there. But yeah, I was going to mention for Terminator Genesis that I didn't like that one that much enough to buy it again, double dip it, because The 4K of that has an extra second disc, which I think was only like a Best Buy exclusive for some. I forget exactly how it is, but like it was a extra disc of even more special features for Terminator Genesis that was present on the 4K release. But I don't need to get that release. I'm totally fine with that. There's 4K disc and then the regular disc, and then it says, check out these thrilling action movies: Transformers: The Last Knight, Gemini Man, Overlord, and Mission Impossible Fallout. The only one I have of those is Mission Impossible Fallout. And I'm not going to do a Mission Impossible collection just yet, because the new ones come... I might do one and then update it later, but like, the new Mission Impossible is coming out next year. So in about a year from now, there'll be a new Blu-ray release that I have in the collection. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. I might do one now and then update it or something. Like, I'm planning to update my Indiana Jones video, because I did it before Dial of Destiny came out, and now Dial of Destiny is out, so yeah. But that was my Terminator collection. Tell me what your favorite Terminator film is, and yeah, just comment what your favorite Terminator film is, and like, yeah, this is Picture Man 1001 signing out. Peace.